Ho, ho, hello! It's your old pal Santa! And if I do say so myself, I'm totally slaying my summer vacation. Get it? Slayin'? Ho, ho, ho! Anyway, I'm nowhere near that icebox called the North Pole. I'm currently reclined on a flamingo-patterned beach chair in Boca, applying aloe vera to places that should never be sunburned. Ho, ho, ho! But I'm here to address a growing concern, this so-called Christmas in July. Look, folks, I never approved this garbage, and I gotta be honest, I ain't working. Besides the fact that it's a clear trademark violation, let's get this straight, son. Christmas happens once a year. December 25th, Santa busts his jolly rear end, hauling Nintendo Switches through a blizzard. And then he rests. End of story. Bye-bye, believe you dat. Sorry, chat, but I don't deck no halls when it's 100 degrees in Tallahassee. Look, I get it. You miss the magic. But just leave Christmas where it belongs. If you need something to celebrate in July, might I suggest Shark Week? Or Tom Cruise's birthday? Ho, ho, ho! Meanwhile, I'll see you in December, when it's cold and reasonable, and if you leave out cookies in July, I promise you they will go stale, because I am not coming to your house. I mean, geez, maybe I'll start a new tradition. Halloween in April. You want weird? Let's get weird. Ho, ho, ho!
Wrestling legend Hulk Hogan has died surrounded by his family in Clearwater, Florida. He was 71 years old.
Would you welcome Hulk Hogan?
Hulk Hogan here at WrestleMania 4 this afternoon.
Fee, fi, fo, fum, Andre. One long year, and your time has come, man.
I never really exercised that much. I played music, and that was anything to avoid working a real job. So from music to wrestling worked great.
Hulk Hogan arrived. Hulk. What is he doing? My God! Is he the third man?
He's the third man.
What's going on here?
Hulk Hogan.
What is going on? Oh, my God.
Where do you buy your clothes? I mean, obviously you don't go in off the rack. And,
No, the thing is, I have a very big problem with the clothes. I have to have everything custom made, and usually the problem is getting the arms and the thighs.
When I won the first battle with all my little Hulksters, I knew it was just the beginning of the war. And then when you burnt my flesh, the smell was just like napalm in my mind.
Oh, look at this now. His throat on the top of the cage. Hogan hanging on.
He's choking him with the steel bar.
Look at him. Believe it. I've never seen a suplex off the top of the cage before.
I want to talk about your forearm. Which is my leg doesn't look like that.
Have you seen the fear in all those little Hulksters? They realize when I slam him from New York down to Tampa, Florida, the fault line is going to break off. This is a different Hulk Hogan, and Hulkamania already running wild. And I thank each and every one of you for bringing the Hulkster back here, Daddy.
Hulkamania is here. Thank you, Hulk Hogan. Let's get back to action.
What you gonna do when Hulkamania and the Ultimate Warrior run over here?
Christmas is coming early this year.
Christmas in July seems to have grown into quite a popular celebration.
Christmas came early.
Christmas come early.
Christmas in July.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to start up.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Huh? In July.
in July.
Ta-da! Christmas in July. Ho, ho, ho! I actually get to wear my Santa suit on Monday on K103. Good morning. Happy Friday. Thanks, Glinda. Yeah, that was... It was kind of interesting because it was, as I mentioned, it was the Alzheimer's game, and I got those slates for my video guy, and I was going through a script, and I'm like, I'm going to make one for Molly. So I did. And there you go. Yeah, good morning. Happy Friday. Happy fucking hotter devil's butt terrible. It's terrible. You know those people that are like, it's mind over matter, and I can walk on these coals. Those are the people who are outside walking on the sidewalks today because it's terrible outside. It's going to be terrible pretty much everywhere. Makes me want to move to Canada. It is, Dennis. Hey, thanks, Glinda. And I'm come October 11th, I will be at the walk. I may be emceeing it again this year. I don't know. I haven't talked to them yet, but I did last year, and I will be walking in her honor for sure. Christmas in July. It's been a fast and furious week. 400 miles an hour. Apologies for missing out on Wednesday, but I didn't get home from the game until 11:20. And I was beat, and there is no way in hell I was putting this show together and try. I mean, it was bad enough because I can never fall asleep right after a game. You know, you got to wind down time, mind down time, clear yourself up a little bit. That's where I had to be. So I didn't get to sleep till closer to 1 probably because I just couldn't flip it off. It was a good game. We won both in the doubleheader. Hooray. Rain delays suck. And the weird thing is the storm that hit us, it was like God smote Kappahaw Field because there was not a massive influx of rain. It wasn't even on the radar. It was like this little pinpoint storm that just went, and skadoosh. Here you go, baseball field. So be it. Yeah, Alicia, that pretty much nails it. You ever been cremated? And this is more here, and I'm sure there as well. It's more, you ever been cremated in the jungle slowly? Because it's just swamp nuts, man. I need to take my ferns. If I could trust people on the sidewalk, I'd set them outside here. I need to take them back up to the house so they can enjoy this. They would love this. Everything is so green. Slacker, yeah. There is nobody. I ain't mowing shit. I pulled a couple weeds when I was watering the garden yesterday. I felt like that was productive. But yeah, dude, those who have to work outside, we just literally 7 p.m. last night was the end of our excessive heat warning. Now we're under a heat advisory. We went from magenta to orange. It still sucks. Yeah, the kudzu is crazy, right? So stay hydrated, stay cool. We'll dig in with Stone Richards later for more of your weather shenanigans, whether or not you care. It is National Wine and Cheese Day. Charcute yourself crazy today. Add a little, get a little focaccia bread on the side if you want. Get some meats, But National Wine and Cheese Day. You know why you eat cheese with wine? Because they pair well, but also it cleanses your palate, and you still get the flavors are different but complementary. It's one of those few pairings that works really well, like peanut butter and jelly. Our chocolate and peanut butter cavemen. 105 heat index of hell. Yeah, Glenda, I'm sure you guys are even getting a touch of that Houston nut funk humidity blowing up your way. It's gross. Hey, Dennis, close enough. Can't say I wasn't doing both. Up and at 'em since 6, flowers watered. Yeah, that's my trick. I get out of the studio and run back to the house so I can water before it gets terrible. If you don't water early, don't water at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. All you're doing is boiling your plants at that point. Shame on you. National Hot Fudge Sundae Day. I like a good hot fudge sundae. We're going to give away some coupons for Dairy Queen on Sunday at the Catfish game, by the way. So come and eat. We have a 30% chance of showers tomorrow, I think. So that might give us a little reprieve, but no. We're triple-digit heat index through at least the middle end of next week. It's National Hire a Veteran Day. That should be every day. Why is there a day for that? Because veterans struggle getting back into the workforce depending on job situations. Not everybody's different. So hire a veteran if you're looking to hire. Consider it. International Red Shoe Day. I'm wearing my white Vans today. Checkerboard Vans. But like white and subtly not white and black. Oh, yeah, they're subtle. Skate shoes. One-wheel shoes. International Red Shoe Day. You know the only thing I think of when I think of red shoe? Scrambled Cinemax. That's what I think of. And it's Christmas in July. As mentioned, that will be our theme for the other team's walk-up music tonight, too. Somebody's getting some Mariah Carey when they walk up tonight. I don't want a lot for Christmas. What the Yep. Let's go. Get a great deal on a mattress. Hooray for you. Let's drop the TIQ in here. Excuse me while I whip this out. TIQ, 50% of parents have told their kids this lie. What is the lie? What are we telling our childrens? Oh, parents. I know I did. I've absolutely used this lie back in the day. Not so much anymore. Although it's feasible at really any point in life. But guess away. I don't think this one's going to last very long. I think this TIQ is going to cook. Need some Wham! Last Christmas. That one's in there. That one's in there, I think. What else did we put? Chipmunks, Christmas, the hula hoop jam. God, I don't know. I think I asked him to put Mr. Hanky in, but I don't think we made it. I don't know. You got to be, got to watch your edges. Sitting too close to the TV will make you cross-eyed. Yeah, we all got told that, right? Don't sit so close to the television. The radiation will give you brain tumors. Turns out, no, I'm kidding. If you make that face too long, your face will stay that way. Telling your kids I never smoked weed. No, we really had a skunk in the basement for 14 years. That they are a precious little princess. That Santa and the Easter Bunny are real. I don't get that one, Dennis. What do you... Dennis? Oh, my God. No, I'm just kidding. That Santa's watching you at all times. Santa is always watching you. Ever present. Lurking over you like God. No, that is not it. Good guesses, guys. Every time you touch yourself, a puppy dies. Did I feel good? Did it? Well, someone killed a puppy. If you swallow seed, it'll grow in your stomach. Bro, I know. I was told I had potatoes in my ears, and I was going to have a watermelon grow in my stomach because I ate seeds. I didn't care about spitting them out. Boom. Never had a problem. Jorge! What's up, brother? Oh, man. So, you enjoying the break? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. What else we got? Okay, we got B-Days today, and we've got important B-Days today. So guess away on the TIQ. Winner gets an exorbitant ring of the cowbell. Where is the St. Jude cowbell? I got to have it at the ready. Warming it up, actually. I'm going to hold it like this and warm it up. In Ecuador, how are things in Ecuador? I bet Ecuador has probably got better weather than southeast Missouri today. See? No? Pero malo in Cape Girardeau. Hey, guess what? It's Lorraine O'Leary's birthday today. Is Lorraine here yet? I want to give her all the joy for her birthday. Matter of fact, a gratuitous birthday ring for Lorraine, but I don't think I've seen her in the comments yet. She could be and is completely entitled to a beauty sleep for her birthday. She could be sleeping in going, I know Darren's going to be there. I'll watch it later because she's dozing. Maybe. If you tell the truth, you won't get in trouble. You know what? My dad told me, and I'll live with it to this day. If you tell the truth on Monday, you don't have to remember your bullshit on Friday. That's it. Because my memory is terrible. Don't tell a lie. You don't got to remember the lie. I know what happened. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. The mailman is not your daddy. If you hit your mother, your hand will stick out of the grave when you die. Seriously? I never heard that. Well, Lorraine will catch up to us. We are going to wish her a very happy birthday, though. Lorraine O'Leary. Did you know Lorraine O'Leary, here's a family secret, her great-great-grandmother was Mrs. O'Leary, who had the cow that started the Chicago fire. Or was it the San Francisco earthquake? I don't know. I made that up. Lorraine, happy birthday. Lorraine, faithful viewer, we appreciate you. We are thankful for you. Wonderful friend. Happy birthday. If you hit your mother, your hand, I heard step on a crack, break your mama's back, right? But I never heard that. What's that? Some Addams Family shit, man. Gregory Gannon Adams. The L stands for Lazarus because he was raised from the dead. If you swallow your gum, it'll stay in your stomach for years. Your mom had a newspaper clipping of some dead dude with his hand sticking up, and she told me he hit his mom. That is the greatest thing I've heard all week. Gregory Gannon's mom. That's spectacular. That's how you raise a kid right there. That's how we have you and your creativity. Right? Yeah, I'd be sliding down a wall. What kind of stream have I so innocently stumbled into? Chocolate milk comes from chocolate cows. No, that's my Midwest life, though, right? That's fantastic, Gregory. That's fantastic. I love it. I miss my mom. I miss my weird mom very much. Lorraine O'Leary, happy birthday. Modine Yeager, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to the lovely, talented, and very tolerant of confetti cannons, Lauren Rawson. Happy birthday, Lauren. I hope you have a fantastic Friday birthday. I hope Jeff celebrates you. I hope he carries you on his shoulders through a parking lot while a second line band plays your favorite song. I doubt that's going to happen, but I hope it does. That'd be kind of cool. I hope I'd be involved. Yeah, that's fair. And if you guys had the opportunity to hear my mom and, oh my God, yeah, you'd be like, well, this all makes sense now. I mean, not makes sense, but it's connected. Jim Keller. Happy birthday, Jim Keller. Jim Keller, an awesome guy, kind of an American man with a penchant for good music. So happy birthday, Jim Keller, you sumbitch. You rowdy sumbitch. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to William Liley. Happy birthday. I haven't seen him in quite a while. Hope you're having a good birthday, William. Happy birthday to Carol Reese, wife of Doug and awesome human. Happy birthday, Carol. I know you're celebrated. Doug loves you. Here, his love for you is like my dad's love for my mama back in the day. You know what I mean? Like, you guys meant to be together. I love it. It is Cynthia Dawn Williams' birthday today. I know she will be celebrating with joy in her heart this evening. Cindy, happy birthday. Happy birthday to Ingo Willich across the pond. Hope you have a fantastic birthday, sir. Happy Friday. Molly Woolley, formerly Molly Kinder. Happy birthday, Molly. Hope it's a good one. I know it'll be a good one because she's awesome. Heather Hackle. Happy birthday, Heather. Facebook, it'll suggest, like, remember your time together with this photo for their birthday, and it finds a photo that you were both tagged in or something like that. Anyway, the picture it picked up was me, and Heather was bringing Jaeger shots to Tone Deaf. And I was reaching out for one, and she had 3 of them in her hand, and she was like, got one in her other hand. That's what it was. It was like that picture was the essence of what Tone Deaf was at 25, 23 years ago, whenever that was, that photo. Happy birthday, Heather. Heather bore witness to me getting to play with Goldfinger, too. She was at the Point Fest when we got to do that, and she was there to see it. It was awesome. Thank you. So supportive. Rhett Hendrickson. Holy schnacks. If I just say his name, he appears. He's like Cliff Maurice or The Shadow. Rhett Hendrickson. Happy birthday. I like Rhett. Rhett, if I feel dumb sometimes, I'll talk to Rhett. Have an intelligent conversation. He is a fantastic scout, a great human, a purveyor of knowledge. Not afraid to tell you about it either. He's got kind of a big mouth. If I need to, should the apocalypse come on my team, if I were picking kickball teams, I'm taking my brother-in-law and sister, and my dad, of course. Family goes without saying. But for defensive measures and preparation, I'm taking Rhett and I'm taking Darren Hefner. And that's probably all I'm going to need to survive for the next 3, 4, 5 years, possibly beyond. The mention of Jaeger this early, yeah, I was going to share the picture, and I'm like, no, them dirty-ass little Bud Light cups with the Jaeger shots at breakaways, a 1-ounce shot in a little 10-ounce cup, about like that. No. Them was like a half a cup. Glenda knows she bore witness as well to those days. And Courtney Stenshorn, holy shit, Courtney Stenshorn's birthday. Courtney is one of my favorite women on the planet. Courtney is awesome. I never see her anymore. I never talk to her. She probably doesn't give a shit about me anymore. I'm just kidding. She's awesome. We love her, and happy birthday. God, so many good people with birthdays today. So we light a candle for Lorraine. I don't have a candle, but we'll put it in the window and sing CCR later. Happy birthday. And for once, I have more real people birthdays than celebrity birthdays. Hot shit. We're going to have to cook through the today's adventure stuff here because I got to get going. We got to spy the lie. We got so much to talk about today. We have different uses for beer than just drinking it. Who'da knew? I did, and you will later. NFL quarterback Bryce Young turns 24 today, celebrity birthdays. Matt LeBlanc, how you doing? I'm turning 58. He's turning 58 today. Joey from Friends. Happy 58th birthday. Does he still look handsome? You know what? I think, Troy, you and Matt LeBlanc are probably like could almost pass for brothers. Troy Moole from Friends. And Roger Clinton is 69 today. You know, Bill Clinton's brother. He was like the Chris Farley for the Clinton family. He was the black sheep Clinton family. What the black sheep was back then is just what we get for a president these days. So it doesn't really matter. Death and taxes. The only two certainties in life, yes. Death and taxes and at least one divorce. Hey, good, Gregory. 200th day today. That is awesome. Ironically, and I guess it's just the count in the year, right? A local friend whose name is also Gregory is on day 200 as well. I didn't even know he was doing it. I don't keep that on my radar. But I saw he had posted on Instagram, I think, this morning. I don't know, a little Twitter on the shitter, and I saw Gregory Vaughn, 200 days. So cheers to both my Gregorys. 200 days without the alcohol. Celebrating with a nice groundabout Brazilian roast today. And Iman is 70. Iman. That's all you got to say. Happy birthday, Iman. That's all our birthdays. Let's get into some today in history. We got some history nuggets. Here comes the 10 after 10 hand. By the way, is this a subtle reminder to you as to where to place your hands on the steering wheel? No. No one said it would go that way. Yeah, clap, clap. TIQ is still up for grabs. We haven't any guesses in a minute. 50% of parents have told their kids this lie. Great guesses so far. A spectrum of them. None the correct one I'm looking for. All good guesses. Valid guesses. This will be one of those easy ones for Family Feud, right? They'd have like at least 5, maybe 7 slots of answers for this one. They'd be like, whoa. So many easy ones. You had a dream 2 nights ago that you got hammered shit drunk and you were so extremely disappointed with yourself. I woke and very relieved it was just a dream. That is interesting, Gregory. Analysis would tell me that you're a little sadomasochistic maybe, but you're also disciplined now and your body wanted to purge that in your subconscious before it became part of your conscious. Now, tell me more about your mother. The divorce wasn't the kid's fault. That's not it. 1871, one of the most fun things on the planet, especially when you're a little kid, the merry-go-round was invented. 1871. Before then, it was just the merry. You just sat on a horse. You didn't get to go anywhere. And then, anybody like a good calliope organ like that? You like that sound? I love that sound. I love watching it. They used to bring one in on a trailer with one of the amusement companies. That was a big, trailer. The whole rig was the pipes would come out and everything. It was so much fun. Fascinating. Captivating. I think that's a good interpretation, sir. I agree. 1964, on this date, the Beatles hit number 1 in the U.S. and the UK with the album A Hard Day's Night. Yep, 64. 66, the Supremes release You Can't Hurry Love. Oh, you just have to wait. It's a good song. Supremes are good. When I was a kid, man, that's one of the things my mom was big Motown. So I had a lot of Motown to listen to. And a lot of them, like Diana Ross and the Supremes. And, you get the full 12-inch. You got all the B-sides in there, too. So I like the Motown sound, though. And that's ingrained in my DNA, I think. It was just merry. Smile, you're under merry. I want to do anything. It's not been invented yet. I don't know where it was invented. It probably wasn't Scotland. Paul was the walrus. No. Good guess. You can trust the government. Nope. Good guess. It's definitely I won't give any hints yet. It's not even 8 o'clock. Come on. 1970, the Carpenters hit number 1 with Close to You. They long to be in parentheses, right? Y2 Birds suddenly appear, boom, 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 every time you are near. Just like me, they long to be close to you. Look at my palm. All right. Best solo by a flugelhorn in a pop hit in 1970 goes to, I don't know who was that. Was it Chuck Mangione? Maybe? TIQ, you can trust the government? No. 1978, Louise Brown, notably the first test tube baby, was born in England to Leslie and Gilbert Brown. So I don't know if Leslie is still with us, but that would be 47, right? Happy birthday. 1980, AC/DC have a baby called Back in Black. Their first album was released on this date in 1980. A monumental rock and roll moment, kids. Pay attention. And then, 3 years later, Metallica releases Kill 'Em All. Today is a very big rock day. We should all rock like Ralph. By the way, a little background on this shirt, in case you were wondering who the frick is Ralph. Ralph was an icon within the St. Louis music and concert scene. Ralph, it was one of those things like, we as playing here locally, you knew that you were in as a band that people were wanting to come see when this certain person would show up for your show. Not because they were pretentious or a label person or anything else, because everyone knew their passion for live music, their passion for performers, their passion for hearing everything they can possibly hear. Doesn't matter what kind of band, they just are passionate about it. When that person showed up for your shit, you were like, fuck yeah, man. That guy's here. That was Ralph. And Ralph was, and like I said, iconic character. He was larger than life, not physically, but his look. He'd have a hat and the pins from all the bands. He'd wear the shirts, and he was just the nicest fucking guy. And he passed away a few weeks ago in a car accident. And immediately, all of my St. Louis music friends, family that are up there, every one of them was just heartbroken. And, I'd met him at a couple Funky Butt shows and things like that over the years. And, just he's present. You know who he is. And his aura that he exudes, you all pick up on that. And you have a good fucking show. And that's why when you're playing, you're like, Ralph's here. Fuck yeah. That's how it was for those guys. And so his passing was a huge hit to that whole network, that whole family up there. And so they are raising money for various things that Ralph was doing. And so they made these shirts, and they made them real quick. And I thought it was cool as shit, and they had a whole bunch of options, and I like this one. So today we rock like Ralph, and we celebrate Kill 'Em All, and we celebrate Back in Black, and all the other stuff that we think about. So that's how you feel when Fred graces your live streams? Agreed. I think so for me as well. Really the same for all you guys that are here on a regular basis, and you lurkers that I never see. I'm just glad for your support. Facebook still gives me like $20, $30 a month for whatever, for doing this. So, hey, kind of feel like I'm working in a Nike shoe factory. You figure $30 a month, and if you look at how many hours you stream in a month, you do the math in that, that's about Nike shoe factory wages. All right, 1990, Roseanne sang the national anthem. Sang is really a misnomer. She belted the national anthem at a Padres game. And the land. It was so friggin' terrible. Roseanne. Ugh. All right, 2001, R.I.P. Aaliyah. Aaliyah, on this date in 2001, gives her last performance. She sang More Than a Woman on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. 1 month later to the date, she was flying back from a video shoot in the Bahamas. The plane was overloaded, crashes, burst into flame, everybody died. Age ain't nothing but a number. Dun, 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 dun. Aaliyah was something. 2008, Step Brothers and The X-Files, I Believe, were released in theaters, and that will transition us into weather with Stone Richards. And Stone is in a hurry today, right? You've got a breakfast meeting. I apologize. I'm keeping you. I know. We've already talked about most of it. Yes. Hot, humid, disgusting. So bad. Gross. Heat index today. Here's what Kate Hickford, meteorologist with the National Weather Service in Paducah, had to say. No real changes today. Heat advisory is in effect for our entire area. Heat and humidity continue into the middle of next week with heat indices above 100. Saturday will provide some slightly better rain chances, about a 30% shot tomorrow afternoon, but otherwise there will not be much relief from rain. Lows throughout the next 6 days or so in the upper 70s, highs in the mid 90s with heat indices in the triple digits. Hot, balls, gross. Please be safe. Please be safe. Take it seriously. Gregory is out there doing the damn work. I know a lot of you guys. Ha ha! Jeannie, I would do it for free all day, every day. If I didn't love what I'm doing with you guys here in the morning, and if this wasn't beneficial to me, I wouldn't do it. Because y'all know I'm busy, and I make time for this because this is part of my balance. And that's part of, without going into another sidestep, right? That's been my mantra for life since I lost weight. It's about balance. Got on the one wheel. It's about balance. You got to have a beard, then you got to walk. You got to balance. Balance. Mental health. Balance. Super. Satan farts in your face. Yes, that's actually, Stone texted me that last night. Were you guys hanging out? Stone. Anyway, hot, sticky, gross. Thank you, Stone Richards, Weather Lord. Now go get that suit off and enjoy your spa day. It's time for Brekkie Bits. Brought to you by Hungry Jacks. God, this movie was so good, though. That movie was so good. You're working in a vacant most of the day with plenty of AC. Good gravy. Thank goodness. TIQ, you only use 10% of your brain. No. The place bans electronics and will take them. No, but good guess, Trevor. Trevor's guess is probably the closest so far. That one. The ice cream truck. And good morning, Trevor. Welcome. Glad you're here. Sorry to report. WWE, WWF, all the wrestling before it's been named whatever every 15 minutes when they change the name. The wrestler, the one, the only, Hall of Famer, Hulk Hogan, Terry Bollea. Hulk Hogan passed away after reportedly suffering cardiac arrest. He was 71. We paid a little tribute to him this morning on the beginning of the show. And mentioned Flugel earlier, and we've gotten word that Chuck Mangione died last Tuesday at the age of 84, natural causes. Last night on the Late Late Show with Stephen Colbert, Late Show, whatever his name of it is. Anyway, his band played "Feel So Good" by Chuck Mangione, and it felt so. It listened so good. It sounded so good. Anyway, there she is. There's our birthday girl. Lorraine, I can tell you took a little extra time to get ready this morning. We appreciate it. Your profile picture looks extra lovely. Yes, it's a happy birthday to Lorraine. So glad you're here. We did celebrate you. We sang you. We had a special guest. Barack Obama popped in the studio, wished you happy birthday, but you missed it all. Nope, they didn't record it either. If you sneeze with your eyes open, you'll blow your eyes out. No cell phones at the dinner table. No. The DNA test used to come to find out who spit it out, and you can go to jail. Trevor, you're fucking terrible. No, but good guess. I like that. If you stare at the phone too long, you go blind. No. Hairy palms, not in there. But no. We've gotten Ann Burrell's cause of death. You know, Ann Burrell, the celebrity chef who passed away at the age of 55, and it was suicide, according to People magazine. Her cause of death is a drug overdose, basically, the combined effects of a bunch of things I can't pronounce. It's sad, very sad. The family pet went to live in a farm upstate. No. I had that lie given to me when I was a kid. I don't know what happened to the dog, but after he killed a horse, he went to a ranch. I really hope he went to a ranch. Skip. Happy Gilmore 2, now streaming on Amazon Prime. Knock yourself out. The tooth fairy pays more if you brush your teeth. Ooh, that's a good lie. Damn, I should have used that shit. Oh, by the way, those of you like me with sleep apnea may have some relief coming. The drug company Apnimed has tested a new pill called 8109 to help people with sleep apnea. The pill helped people breathe better at night, didn't cause any serious side effects, so you're not like breathing better but shitting your pants. Because the results are strong, the company has plans to ask the FDA to approve the pill as early as next year. I don't know if they would help me. That'd be cool. It was inadvertent. It was he was Australian Shepherd / dingo blood in there. He's kind of a mixed mutt, but very excitable. And the horse was in a pen about the size of this radio studio with steel posts pinging in, redneck neighbors. And he was barking at the horse. The horse reared up and came down on one of those steel posts right up behind his rib cage through his heart and killed the horse. That was after some chickens and ducks and probably a couple cats went missing back in the day. We had the clampets for neighbors, and so that's what it was. It is what it is. That was the last dog that I owned, and I was 14 years old. TIQ, my battery is dead. No. You guys you're in the zone. You're getting closer. Your tongue will turn black. No. That's the plague, Lorraine. Let's see. Okay. Have you seen the bombshell episode of South Park? They reached a $1.5 billion deal with Paramount Plus, by the way. And then they dropped this episode that showed Donald Trump in bed with the devil. I guess he took Saddam's place. I don't know. Eating carrots will help you see in the dark. No. Bad Doggy Ranch. Sounds like a reality show. Only Murders in the Building. Great show. Returning to Hulu September 9th with new episodes. You'll get the first 3 episodes right away. Boom, bam, bap. Bip, bam, boom. Mustard. Okay, and let's see. Guitarist, co-lead singer of Golden Earring, Radar Love. George Kooymans, he passed away at the age of 77 after a long battle with ALS. It is 8:08. What else? Oh, this one was just cool. I got to mention this. Oh, by the way, Bill Belichick is at the University of North Carolina now. That's his new gig. And you can't get tickets because the entire season sold out already. Their entire home football season. Poof. Just to go see Bill Belichick coach. I think it's to see his side piece. A medieval knight's tomb. Like, think Indiana Jones' Last Crusade, right? A medieval knight's tomb, complete with the skeleton and a detailed limestone tombstone, has been discovered under a former ice cream parlor in Gdańsk, Poland. Okay? The tombstone depicts the knight in chainmail armor holding a sword and shield and is believed to be from the late 13th or 14th century. I think that's cool as shit because every stereotype of anything you ever think you'd see when that would happen, and thank you, Indiana Jones, that's how the shit happened. It was right there, and his sword and his shield and his chainmail. He chose poorly. Twilight Zone, the quintessential song, always played at local hockey games. Yeah. Now I'm slipping into the Twilight Zone. Place is a madhouse. Feels like... I forgot about that song. That's a good-ass song. Maybe today we need to throw some vinyl on, some Golden Earring vinyl on. They're out of ice cream. Boom, 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 boom. This is really cold. All right, these chips are too spicy for kids. Oh, that's a good one. But not it. Coffee stunts your growth. No, the park is closed. That's a good guess. I hope I didn't miss the guess of what it is. My battery is dead. No. I don't think I haven't seen it yet. Keep guessing. You guys you're doing great. It's Spy the Lie time. Let's get into this shit. Holy crap, it's 8:10. We got beer stuff to talk about. We may have to skip our Hulk Hogan facts. I don't know. It's more important to do this. All the following movies open this weekend, except for one. What's the fake movie? Toot toot, and give me that beep beep. Oh, you mean of the Golden Earring tunes? You know, perhaps that person might be live streaming this evening. Perhaps in a show called Cannon Cuts. You going to be live tonight? You going to be doing the thing? Can you survive today's air-conditioned comfort? TIQ, you're adopted. No. The car won't start until everyone's buckled in. No. Oh, no doubt, Trevor. No doubt. Respect the game. Okay, what's the fake movie? Is it Life of Mike? Oh, hi. Vengeance. Susan are folk tales. 5 movies. One of them's bullshit. Life of Mike. Oh, hi. Vengeance. Susan are folk tales. Vengeance. That's your fake movie. Bum, bum, ba, bum. Yeah, dude. Lorraine's birthday show with Gregory Gannon kicking off. 5 o'clock Eastern, or 6 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Central. The dome light on the car is illegal. Oh, God. Your phone, you could cause a wreck. You could cause a wreck, you little peckernat. All right. All the following little factoids about cheese. Wine and Cheese Day, don't forget. Cheese facts. Which one's bullshit? Number 1. In Mongolia, herders make arul, a dried curd snack that has even been used for bartering. That's number 1. And number 2, in Russia, they make a cheese that contains live fly larvae. That's number 2. Number 3, in France, there's a cheese so stinky, it's banned from public transportation. Cheese so stinky, banned from public transportation. That's number 3. Number 4, Japan was traditionally cheese-free until the 1980s. Didn't get cheese in Japan until 1980s. And number 5, cottage cheese contains tryptophan, which promotes sleep. Which one of these is fake? Mongolia, herders making dried curd snacks. Russia, fly cheese. Stinky cheese in France. Cheese-free Japan, or sleepy cottage cheese. Which one of those is bullshit? It's the Russia. There is no cheese in fly larvae in Russia. But they do make it in Sardinia. Yes, Sardinians make a cheese with live fly larvae, a.k.a. maggots in the cheese. I'm not eating in Sardinia. All right. Time for some beer facts. Darren, give me beer facts. Did you know there's a lot of things you can do with beer and that I did a terrible job with the graphic? That's okay. The Japan cheese-free is legit. They were cheese-free until the 80s. Western influence. We got cheesy with them. Oh, shit, I missed one. We got to do the third one. Duh. All of the following are types of tornadoes except for one. These are legit types of tornadoes. Which one's bullshit? Rope tornadoes, cone tornadoes, monkey tornadoes, elephant trunk tornadoes, or wedge tornadoes. Which is the fake one? Spy the lie, that there is an actual answer to the TIQ. There is, and I thought you guys would nail this one. As a parent, I know I've used it, and you've come close. You're in the neighborhood with it. It's something that a tired parent or an exasperated parent, it's a stop the leak kind of statement, you know, where you're just like, oh, how can I make them shut? This has happened. Monkey, elephant trunk, monkey tornadoes. There are elephant trunk tornadoes, but there are no monkey tornadoes. At least not in our history. Barrel of monkeys. Oh, that'd be scary. Bananas everywhere. Beer is a versatile beverage. Beer. We love beer. Hooray for beer. Many surprising ways to use beer, though, beyond just drinking it, even though that's my favorite. Here are some creative and unexpected uses for beer. Take a beer bath. Yeah. Why not? Natural light. Go crazy. Beer is a versatile beverage, but instead of sipping it, try soaking in it. Not in your whole bathtub. Pour a bottle of German Badebier in your bath water. Enjoy a real bubble bath. The yeast in the beer can leave your skin feeling smooth and luxurious. Do this with a legit beer, not some Bud Light or something. You know what I mean? Beer. I'm talking about beer. I'm not talking about beer-flavored water today. Chimpnado. I feel like that's a good band name, Fred. I feel like that's legit. I feel like that's a Chat GPT prompt to get a cool band logo. You can use beer to put out a fire, and we've probably all done this when we're grilling at least 15 times. It's not as effective, obviously, as a real fire extinguisher, but since beer is mostly water, and it does tend to foam because of the carbonation in it, it kind of helps to put out a fire. Crap. I told you that shit was too greasy for my grill. Put out a fire. You can use beer to marinate meat. I do this for sure. If you've made beer chicken, it makes an excellent meat tenderizer because beer is slightly acidic. You can make Dr. Pepper chicken if you want, whatever you want to do. But to marinate beef or pork chops, something like that, you just kind of poke some holes in the meat, tenderizer holes, soak it in the beer, just put it in a container like a Tupperware bag, something like that, whatever. Stick it in the fridge overnight. Next day, get that bitch out the beer. Give it a quick rinse or pat. Cook that bitch up. And pick your beers wisely for that one, boy. You can do it. You can do it right. You want to get a little more of an acidic, you could use like an imperial stout to marinate fillets. Yeah, I'll go there. Cook with it. Beer adds flavors to dishes. In addition to being a great marinade, you can use it for beer-battered fish, beer cheese soup, or even beer bread. Did you know you could use beer to clean copper, to clean brass? Explains why my trombone is still so shiny after all these years. But the carbonation and acidity in beer, just like Coca-Cola can clean off battery posts, beer can help you clean the bottom of your pots if you got them old school babies. So just soak them in beer and then gently scrub with a cloth or a sponge and then rinse thoroughly and bam, shiny. Beer makes me smarter. Beer makes me a master of gymnastics for the TIQ. No. It's a technological TIQ. There's your big fat hint. A technological TIQ. You can use beer to polish wood furniture. Sure, it won't smell like lemony fresh pledge, but damn, it works. The sugars and acids in beer can be used as a polishing agent for wood furniture. Dampen a cloth with beer. Gently rub it on wooden surfaces. Wipe off the excess and buff for a natural shine. Ka-chow, says your wood furniture. Remove rust. You can help loosen rust by soaking rusty things in beer. Again, that carbonation and acidity does the trick, to get breaking down those rust particles. You marinated chicken with beer, and now your beer tastes like shit. Oh, beer gives me superpowers. That'd be a good TIQ guess. You don't need to pay taxes. The Willie Nelson parenting advice. No. And you can also, like I said, you can make beer bread, which is basically just combining beer with self-rising flour and a little bit of sugar. And that's your beer bread, basically. Bake it in the oven, flavorful. No yeast required loaf, for there is yeast in the beer, right? You know, Larry the Cable Guy made his very own beer bread that you can purchase in stores. I had a box of it. But use different beer styles to make different flavors. You know, you can do like a nice wheat, get kind of a fruity aura in your beer, or you can go with a stout and get a nice, almost rye out of it. Same thing for Coca-Cola. You can clean a lot of shit with Coke, which is also why I don't drink very much Coke. All right, that is beer stuff. Beer stuff. TIQ still alive. I can't believe it. 50% of us as parents, I only hit you because I care about you so much. No. You'll go blind if you sit too close to TV. No. It's a parental off switch. You know what my first guess was? I will turn this van around. Because we never turn this van around. We are trying to get somewhere. I'm not going back home. What a pain in the ass. But we're not going to Disney World. The fuck we're not. I paid all that shit. I'm going to Disney World. If your kids are smart, they understand the investment you make on vacation. You can't pull that line. It's bullshit. If your kids are not smart, however, Ho ho! Boy, does the disappointment ring through the air. All right. R.I.P. Hulk Hogan. Again, Hulk Hogan passed away at the age of 71 from apparent cardiac arrest at his Florida home. He was taken to the hospital. He was later pronounced dead. His manager and his wife, same person, previously denied rumors about his health. There was rumors going around he was in a coma last week, some other things, but he was not in a coma. He was recovering from a neck surgery procedure he had back in May, I think. You would give them a remote without batteries? Yeah. You know, when Carrie worked at Best Buy, you know how they have the example phones out in the place that were just like the dummy phones, really before you needed to see a smart screen, right? Just flip it open. It's a Motorola Dickhead or whatever, a little BlackBerry, whatever. Anyway, when they'd swap out models, she'd bring them home and the kids would have little fake phones to play with. It was a real phone without any of the tech, right? So it was just a floor model. So that was the kids' toy phones. The Wi-Fi isn't working. Alicia got it. There you go. Hardy ring another cowbell. Honorable mention to Gregory Gannon coming in with I don't know why you can't access that website. Cornhub? Is that where you learn about corn? The Wi-Fi isn't working. Yeah, the router's out. The Wi-Fi is out. That was the TIQ for today. And then you just shut them down, and then they're done. Forget it. They're out. Here's some Hulk Hogan facts. Hulk Hogan's real name was Terry Gene Bollea. That was his real name. I'm turning the internet off. I'm going to say no. Yeah, parents lie about that. I think it's more, like I said, when they're smaller and they can't just look at the router and go, I know how this works, and that's bullshit. But yeah, that's the TIQ. Good job. Did you know Hulk Hogan was the WWF champion at one time for 1,474 straight days? Hulk played bass guitar in several rock bands back in his early days, high school and college years, didn't we all? But he had a popular band that was in Tampa, Florida. The band was called Ruckus, by the way. Two wrestlers discovered Hogan at one of his shows and invited him to wrestling school. That's how it started. He was rocking out, playing the Perry song, and the wrestler guys were like, damn, that bass player's pretty ripped. Yeah, dude, you want to see if he wants to wrestle? And that's how it started. Oh, that's it, Chris Farley.
You precious field trip.
I used to be able to do that better. I had all the fat. Damn. I can't do my Chris Farley red face anymore. Now it just looks creepy. Boo. Hey, by the way, Hulk used to wear a mask. He called himself the Super Destroyer when he first started out. And he also called himself Terry the Hulk Boulder. Ended up with, of course, Hulk Hogan. Hulk once owned a Minnesota restaurant. You know what the name of the restaurant was? Pasta Mania. I don't know why I keep slipping into the wrong voice, but he had a grill too. You know how George Foreman had his grill? You had the Hulk Hogan Ultimate Grill. I'm surprised it wasn't a partnership with the Ultimate Warrior. The Ultimate Warrior was my jam. That was my guy. When he and Hogan went teaming up, let's go. According to Hogan, yeah, he was going to be in Metallica. Yeah, I was about there, bro. According to The Undertaker, Hulk Hogan was his biggest liar ever. Fish stories. Hogan fish stories. He also launched Hulk Burgers, Hulkster Burgers. Walmart carried them. They were like frozen hamburgers or something. By the way, at the time of his death, Hulk Hogan, worth $25 million. So, lie about some things, but can't lie about that success. R.I.P. Hulk Hogan. Thanks for the memories in my childhood. I was never a big wrestling guy. But when you were a kid in the 80s, that was part of your analog universe. And Saturday morning cartoons, you got up and you had the good wrestlers versus the bad wrestlers. And cartoon was on there, the WWF cartoon, and the Hulk, and the Macho Man, and fucking Jake the Snake, and all them dudes. It was old days. It is time for your warm and fuzzies. Look at this little cheetah kit. Isn't he cute? Fucking A, he is. By the way, The St. Louis Zoo is a proud home to a litter of cheetah puppies that came in, I don't know, a month ago. Oh my God, so cute. Are you kidding me? I would love to go to the zoo and see them, but it is, unfortunately, hell outside, and I'm not going to any zoos, and hopefully the animals are staying inside. You can be an African animal, and you're like, God damn it, it is very hot. I'm not going outside today. American Pride. I kind of remember something about that, Dennis. Oh, yeah. The wrestling album. That was in the era where you could have guys like that cutting albums, right? You had the wrestling album, and then in 85, 86, somewhere in there, I think it was 85, the Chicago Bears had the Super Bowl shuffle, you know? We are the Bears Shuffling Crew. I don't remember the wrestling album tunes specifically anymore. I didn't have that one. I think my friend Danny had that record. All right, I digress. It is 8:26. It is time for our Warm and Fuzzy on this Friday. Before we dig in on Warm and Fuzzies, those of you who are local, I would encourage you to go to alz.org/CAPE, and you can sign up for the Walk to End Alzheimer's. I hope you would join me October 11th. It's going to be at Capitol Field where we have the baseball games. It's not one of those like big exercisey walks. This is we recognize, we discuss Alzheimer's, take a few moments to pay tribute, and then we walk. And this walk is to remember to walk with those who are suffering from Alzheimer's now, and to remember those who have passed. And it's just right there in the park. It's a short walk. And it's really, again, it's a fundraiser for the Alzheimer's Association, who is, pioneering research and really digging in on this disease. And I'll tell you all flat out, because I'm right on the edge of it right now, just feeling this. But it is one of my personal worst nightmares is to have that happen to me. You know what I mean? And those of you who have lived with it or lived with someone with it or had to be a caretaker or, yada, yada, yada. It is so heartbreaking for me to recognize that someone just stops knowing and comprehending and gathering and processing and just lost within themselves. And so we remember those folks. We remember Molly, and we remember those who have gone before. And then we really hope that the Alzheimer's Association and the R&D that's being done is moving things forward. And it is. It is moving things forward. They're making great strides in medications and so forth, and early detection and prevention early on and these kind of things. And finding out through that research that, hey, if you do this early on in life, you have less of a chance to have that. But Junkyard Dog. Man, I forgot about Junkyard Dog, dude. Holy cow. I need to spend some time just going back and looking at those days. Jimmy Superfly Snuka, right? And who is, oh, God dang it. Wasn't there one was it Snuka that had the parrot? No. Who was it that had the parrot? Because I feel like there was a dude with a parrot. Maybe a black guy with a parrot? I don't know. Junkyard Dog, man. And you had Bret the Hitman Hart, and what was it, the Hacksaw Jim Duggan with the fucking 2x4? Macho Man, of course. Macho Man. Macho Man kept the fringe game going out of the 70s through the 80s. Fringe would have fallen off the face of the earth had it not been for Macho Man and oh yeah, and them swishy sleeves. Coco Beware, thank you. Yes, Coco Beware. I liked Coco Beware. The Iron Sheik. You had Mean Gene doing the Mean Gene as a child who became a radio guy. Mean Gene, man, he took all the Mean Gene was the shit. He was like the Switzerland of wrestling, right? That was part of his role, man. October 11th, alz.org/CAPE. Go find them on social media. And I'm telling you this Alzheimer's Association Walk to End Alzheimer's is a international thing that happens on that date or around that date all over the country. So find a place near you. Find your local chapter of the Alzheimer's Association. Look up the walk that's close to you and jump in. And if not for the Alzheimer's, jump into something that affects you in your life. I guess that's my Friday encouragement for you guys to do. You know, I'm always saying go volunteer, do things like that. Honky tonk man. Oh, yeah. Something else. Vintage, baby. But I encourage you guys to find something that has affected your life. Maybe you lost somebody to cancer. And a lot of us have several things, right? But this is how we impassion these things. This is how we make these things work and grow and research, and we make changes happen. So find something that has touched you and go become a part of it. Just look them up online. See if they've got an event coming up that you can be a part of. You're going to meet other people who have similar stories to your own, which is going to increase your support structure, your support network with those people that you connect with at these events. And so you never know. You may meet your new best friend there, and both your mamas passed away to cancer or something, you know, and you're like, damn, yeah, oh, man, oh, I know. And you commiserate a little bit, right? But you're also lifting each other up through that. That's how a community works. So go find something, get some community on, okay? Trevor, did you get a lot of the wrestling toys when you were a kid? My nephew Max, he collects it. Like, he's got them still in the box, like collects. But, you know, he's got the ring and sets them up, and they can do all that shit. It's cool. I articulated. They got kung fu finger grip. It's insane. All right, it's warm and fuzzy time. We've had the cheetah sitting here ever so patiently. Here's a snack. A shout out to Alicia's albino raccoon that showed up on the porch. It's so cute. NBC reports a 102-year-old woman, Jane Croft, no relation to Laura that I know of. She's eaten the same McDonald's meal once a week for decades. The Largo, Florida resident loves a Mickey D's cheeseburger, a Happy Meal, like some fries, little small fries, and then she has Oreo cookies for dessert. Croft credits her long life to good food, strong social connections, and regular physical activity. Eat right, exercise, strong social connections, good ways to live a long life. Hooray. She also plays bingo on a regular basis. You wildcat. Croft says she feels like she's 85, 30 years young, 102. Happy 102 to Jane Croft. At first, I thought this was going to be like a giant baby story, but it's not. A baby in Iowa has set a Guinness World Record. Nash Keene is the name of the baby. And the baby there, born in Iowa, recently turned 1. Happy birthday, by the way. Became the youngest premature baby on record. Period. Youngest premature baby ever born and survived in the world. Nash was born at 21 weeks and weighed only 10 ounces. Like, smaller than this, probably. 10 ounces, that's about 10 ounces. Yeah, 10.2. That was close. Anyway, Nash spent 7 months, the first 7 months of his life in the NICU. But with great care and everything else, despite all those challenges, his parents and doctors are amazed by his resilience and his progress. All those preservatives are keeping her alive. Yeah, Dennis. She's eaten McDonald's once a week for decades. Just like that hamburger on the dashboard for the last 4 years. It still looks fresh. Maybe that is the secret. Jane Croft is now immortal. Thank you, McDonald's. The toys were popular later on. Yeah, I don't really remember a lot of like wrestler dolls. It was more G.I. Joe's about all I had doll-wise, I think. Saturday night main event and wrestling at the Chase on Channel 11. I remember Saturday night main events, but what was Channel 11? Well, see, this is, out of my market. Big blessings, Lorraine, for sure. And our final warm and fuzzy, Newsweek magazine reports a dog recently got stuck in a canal out in Glendale, Arizona. Oh, no. Stuck in the canal. An officer waited for no one, jumped in the canal, saved the dog, rescued the dog from the perilous canal, and then reunited it with its owner. Witnesses praised the officer for his quick action. It's my understanding, a local dry cleaner offered to clean his uniform for free. I don't know if that's true. That'd be nice. If you own a dry clean place, hook them up. That's your Warm and Fuzzies. And boys and girls, that is your show for this Friday. Again, thank you for tolerating me Wednesday. You would not have wanted Darren on Wednesday. Darren in the morning on Wednesday was tired as fuck. Oh, it was so bad. At Chase Park Plaza, and Channel 11 aired it Sunday mornings. Nice. That's cool. I knew Channel 11, that was KPLR, right? That was the St. Louis, was it the CBS affiliate? Can't remember. Hey, enjoy your National Wine and Cheese Day today, Lorraine. Have some wine and cheese and a hot fudge sundae for your birthday, and you're just celebrating the shit out of it. Another exorbitant happy birthday, Lorraine. Thank you for being a faithful viewer of not just my show, but all these streams. I know you show up and show out for so many things and show so much support for everybody. We genuinely thank you for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys have a great weekend. Stay cool, stay hydrated, light, loose clothing, take breaks, get in the AC. If you can't get in the AC, get in the shade. If you can't get in the shade, wear your freaking sunblock, okay? Wear your sunblock, please, please. UVs are terrible. All right. That's not what I meant. I got to put the end up. There we go. See you next time. Thanks for watching the Darren in the Morning's Morning Breakfast Show on the ASDF and the Facebooks, YouTubes. Have a great weekend. Be nice humans. I'll see you on Monday. Peace. I'm out of here.